What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and for today's video we have a juicy natty or not. So, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Brandon Clark. I am a natural teenage bodybuilder. No, wait. No, I'm not a teen anymore as of a couple days ago. I need to stop saying that. A natural, no longer teenage bodybuilder. I am 6'1", approximately 193 pounds, somewhere near the range of 10% body fat. And I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I spend the majority of my time on social media trying to get people to think that I am on steroids. Now, why is that? Brandon, why would you want people thinking that you're taking steroids when you're actually a natural athlete? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because that is the biggest compliment that you can possibly receive. I get thousands of comments every single day on my TikTok accusing me of taking tren, growth hormone, testosterone, any SARM that you can possibly think of. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I absolutely love it. And why do I love it? It's because that means that what I am doing is somewhat working. If people accuse me of taking steroids, they think that I had to use a performance enhancing drug to get me to where I am today. And when you have not in fact used any PEDs, that makes me feel good about myself. So for those of you who think that I am not natural, thank you. For those of you who think that I have never used a PED in my entire life, I spend every waking moment of my life trying to make you think otherwise. Every day I go to the gym for an hour and a half for the sole purpose of trying to create a physique that looks unnatural to you. And if you think that I look natural, well, maybe I'm not doing my job as well as I should be. Because that's the goal, right? Like when somebody says, hey, I think you're on steroids, that's a huge compliment. That's a huge compliment. Honestly, when I see people saying, dude, I believe you. I think you've got a naturally attainable physique. I'm like, don't say that to me, dude. That's kind of mean, don't you think? And then I have other people saying, dude, screw you. You've used every drug in the book to get you to where you are right now. And I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you. My most loyal fans. The haters right there. I have good bodybuilding genetics, but oh boy, there are some freaks out there that are so much more impressive than me. And who is one of those people that we are going to be talking about today? Terron Beckham. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Terron Beckham is a famous YouTuber, social media athlete, whatever you want to call it, but he does absolutely incredible stunts. And if you don't know who he is, you've probably seen him performing some ridiculous feat of strength or agility on social media. This man is the definition of athleticism combined with freak strength. And it makes total sense that his natty status is being called into question. I have been watching Terron for a really long time. I've always enjoyed his YouTube videos, I watch his live streams, and I have even met him in person at the 2019 Mr. Olympia convention. I talked with him for a really long time. He's a super nice guy in person, and I'm a fan. That's what I am. I'm a big fan. But today we are going to be talking about whether or not I think he is a natural athlete or he's a fake natty. Now, one of my favorite YouTube channels, More Plates, More Dates, made a video about this exact subject. And it's honestly why I'm jumping in and trying to get my opinion out there.
Okay, so ridiculously athletic, ridiculously strong. We've already established that. So this guy, fluctuates up and down in his physique to some extent. Sometimes he's a bit fluffier than others.
Dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body, bitch. I'm broke if you ask it. Don't gotta sell emotion.
Too easy. So it's not like thinking the worst. It's actually the biggest compliment ever if you were actually natural. So I don't think it's Even if he weren't natural, this is still fucking absurd.
In the end, Derek from More Plates, More Dates analyzes his bench press and compares it to the world record in his weight class. Somewhere around 505 pounds, I think, is Terron's bench max. 785 pounds is his biggest deadlift. And it's somewhere above 600 pounds, low 600s, I believe, is his squat. So an absolute freak of a human being, whether he uses PEDs or not. But in the end, Derek from More Plates, More Dates decided, no, I honestly think that Terron is a fake natural. His numbers are just too good. He's putting up numbers higher than the world record holders. He has to be unnatural. That's pretty much what Derek ended up saying. So to compare this to my physique, I'm approximately 6'1". Terron is about 5'11" to 6 foot. He weighs 220 pounds shredded. I am shredded around 190 pounds. So he has about 30 pounds of lean muscle mass on me, and I'm around an inch taller than he is. Terron, I think that he's probably reached his genetic potential, but he is putting up numbers that I would never be able to put up if I took every single drug in the book at an ungodly dose. There is no doubt that Terron Beckham is one of the biggest genetic freaks of all time. He's even able to keep up with Larry Wheels. Larry Wheels, who is one of the strongest people on the planet. So strong that it just doesn't make any sense at all that a human being like that can exist. And yet Terron Beckham claims that naturally he can put up numbers that are fairly close and respectable to Larry Wheels, the genetic phenom who is juiced out of his mind. So for all of these reasons, basically, Derek decided, nope, not natural. And so today, on Instagram, Terron fired back. He shows a picture of him, 19 years old, 205 pounds, 235 pounds at 28 years old. So we're talking a 9-year difference between these photos, a total of 30 pounds gained. He definitely looks leaner in the first photo compared to the second photo. All right, let's read through this. I'll never understand why this is unnatural. It's not like I'm big and ripped, but okay. It's honestly tough not being quiet about it, just cause I'm annoyed with the fact that people are calling me an all-out liar. Me training with unnatural lifters is an excuse to say, oh, he sure isn't natural, is the dumbest I've ever heard. I've been around the same weight for years. I've lifted the same weights for years. I've literally been stagnant for years. So if I was on gear, why wouldn't I just up the dose, get hella views on all my lifts, and PR all the time? Oh, that's right, because I don't take anything. To all the people out there who built themselves up naturally and have been continually cursed out and shamed on it, I'm with you. And it's a tough life that people don't want to accept the truth and rather believe a lie. Wow. Okay, so that's interesting. One of the things that I definitely know is the difference between me and Terron is that Terron is way past the point of taking steroid comments and steroid accusations as a compliment. Like I said at the beginning of the video, when I get comments like this, I thrive off of it. I love it. It means that I'm doing something right. It means that I look freaky. It makes sense to me that people enjoy being called not natural when they actually are natural, when you can actually debate the subject. And this person, you know, he's probably somewhere around like 25 FFMI. He's got a good build. He's lean, he's shredded, and it looks like he's on steroids. But he also could be natural. And those people, I can see why they would take something like this as a compliment. But in the case of Terron, he is such a freak that I almost think that it's doing the opposite to him. He wants to prove how much of a genetic anomaly he is, that he is past the point of taking steroid accusations as a compliment. In the end, I do not know for sure, but seeing how incredibly adamant he is about it, I would absolutely love to see him prove himself. And now I know that Derek from More Plates, More Dates is pretty much a PED expert. I would love to see him work with Terron to prove that he is 100% natural. Because if Terron is actually natural, he is the freak of all freaks. And he deserves a ton of credit. So please, we have got to make this happen. Can Terron prove that he is really natural? Because honestly, that's what I want. I have always watched him. I'll be honest with you guys. I always thought that he was natural. I've always been a huge fan of his content, and I believe him. But he is just so far beyond everyone else that I would love to see him prove just how much of a freak he actually is. Another physique that is actually really similar to Terron's is Russ Swole. His deadlift above 700 pounds, his bench press in the mid 400s, his squat is above 700 pounds, and his physique is out of this world. Russ Swole is also someone who I honestly think is natural. In the end, I could be proven wrong, and he like a Terron could be a fake Natty. Even though I would love, once again, love to see him prove himself and prove himself to all of his fans. If he really cares that much about it, he has the power to prove his natural status, at least in the eyes of a large majority of people. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for my take on this Natty or not. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed, and let me know down in the comments section. Do you guys think that Terron Beckham is natural, or are his stats, are his numbers just too good to be true for somebody that is not using PEDs? If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. I'm going to be putting out more reacting content like this in the next couple weeks, so I need as much feedback as I possibly can get from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was Brandon Clark with Brandon Clark Fitness, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Mwah.